Time for a handshake and a third game. The decider.
Or second.
Second game. Second game?
It's not super clear.
Wow.
Game 2.
That was a long first game. Okay. All right. Well, Julian John, Andrew Zickler. Mono Green Tron is Azorius control. Fair enough. This matchup is much closer than it appears.
Yeah. I think there's a, Tron's historically been good against cryptic commands. But a couple things here are different. One is we see a lot of Jeskai control on the SCG circuit, for better or worse. And you just have so many bolts and helixes that are horrible and contribute to a really bad Game 1 matchup. The blue-white deck has less dead weight. You just have more raw counter spells that are good. And you get to load up on Field of Ruins. This list has 4 plus a Ghost Quarter.
Not messing around.
And if you can fight them over Tron assembling and load up on a bunch of counters, the matchup can be okay.
Yeah. It does take Azorius a long time to actually win the game, but I agree with you that you can do a nice job of breaking their stuff up.
Because there isn't a whole lot of substance in the Tron deck. It's a lot of setup and a couple payoffs. If you keep them off Tron for a little while, get to chase the Mind Sculptor, which they can't fight over really, and start Fate Sealing, that is often good enough.
It's also worth noting, too, that some of Tron's payoffs are not good.
Right.
Worm Coil Engine and Walking Ballista stink.
Yeah, the creatures just don't do anything. It's on the Planeswalkers.
Ulamog you think would be good because it comes in and it kills stuff, and it's path it.
Right.
Whatever.
Again, it's not like it's bad. It's just not, none of these cards. If you resolve a Karn and they don't have a Detention Sphere style effect, that's pretty much game. That's the key.
I think a lot of people would think Ulamog would be really good because of the cast trigger and a lot of things that are going on. But it's not like I cast Ulamog, you automatically lose the game.
Right, Ulamog is nice. Once you got the ball rolling a little bit, they can only survive so many Ulamog triggers.
Yeah.
So it does matter, but it's not like you just win the game.
But Julian John does have a little bit of fun stuff in the sideboard, like Thought Knot Seers and Emrakul the Promise Down.
Yep.
So he's got some stuff that he can do.
And see, Zickler here has the option of Field of Ruining and doesn't even bother with it because what's he going to do? He's going to cast a 7 or 6 that I can just counter. And he can Field of Ruin the next thing,
Yep. Logic not there. Takes care of the Karn. There's an island. Can Field of Ruin now if you want, sure.
Yeah, get the tower out of there. Get the tower out of there. Get the tower, because it makes the most mana if he gets Tron back. Okay, cool. He plays 4 of all of them. So it's not like you got to hunt down the one he plays 3 of. And if he gets the Tron back, you're going to be happy that he's down a tower instead of a power plant or a mine.
There you go. Careful analysis.
Sorry.
Careful analysis here. You send me that clip. Get you that raise.
Thanks.
No problem.
No, because 1 makes 3. They're all the same card, but one of them makes 3.
I wonder why 1 makes 3 and they don't all make 2.
I don't know. It's a reasonable question. I don't really have that much insight into the final design of Antiquities.
I assumed.
It's nice for one of the game pieces to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
And it also breaks up the rhythm a little bit. Like, it is nice for the variation on the gameplay. If every Tron piece makes 2, then it's really scripted how your mana goes. The fact that 1 can spike you up to 3 makes it, it's not, all right, well, my opponent's either staying at 6 or going to 8. And it's also, I think it's good to have part of the range be like, no, every so often they go up straight to 9 because one of them makes 3.
Sylvan Scrying got countered by a negate. However, Julian John had another land to play and then plays another Sylvan Scrying to get the tower. So looking to get the Tron back on 9. I think Julian feel like he got one there with that negate. That's one less counterspell for him to worry about.
Definitely.
He's already worked through 1 Field of Ruin. Logic Knot, I think it's actually kind of a hard counter in this matchup, actually.
Yeah, I mean, not everything is manageable with counterspells because there's a lot of cast triggers. But yeah, it counts.
European Sealed Spectacular players. Your pairings for your next round are being posted at the pairings forums. Please make your way to your seats.
We're going over to Julian
Players
John
in the
now.
4 p.m.
We know he's got the Tower of Power in hand.
Next round pairings are
He'll play the Tower of Power. Let's try again. What big threat's it going to be? Going to consult David Long. Asks Zan Syed. That's a small threat. That could turn into a big threat here in Ancient Stirrings. That'll resolve. Top 5 cards. Karn Liberated. Will he go for it? Looks like the answer is yes. Maybe not. Just kidding. All right. Snapcaster Mage, Negate, or Logic Knot. Either one works.
I'd prefer to use Logic Knot and do it for 3. I don't know. The Logic Knot, there's no promise this works as the game proceeds. And the Negate is a pretty hard counter, unless you're that worried about the creatures, but hard for me to believe that's the case when the creatures are so easy to deal with through other means.
I'm going to go with the Negate, it looks like. Another Ancient Stirring is here for John, so going to gas back up. See if there's a card. It'll be Thought Knots here. That can clear the way of a counterspell. Well, there's the very powerful Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Not an easy card for Tron to handle.
The nice thing here, if you're Julian John, you know the shields are down next turn. The next thing you're going to play is like 99% to resolve. Looks like a Ceremonious Rejection gets involved or something like that. So, make it count. Andrew Zickler is certainly going to make this Jace count. So you might as well do the same when you're playing Tron. I see this team on the right figuring out exactly what to put on top of the deck from the brainstorm. A lot to consider.
I mean, it sort of suggests that he has a fetch land as the land for the turn.
There's your attack with Snapcaster Mage. Or he could have no land for the turn. Yeah, that's a bit of a concern. All right, make it a good one.
Yeah, I suppose you still have to tank there because you need to figure out which card you're willing to be down the next turn if you have to brainstorm or want to Fate Seal instead.
10 mana? Yep. This was what I was scared of. Yeah. If he had this, I would be scared. Planeswalker, sorcery, land in the graveyard, yeah. Because now we get to demonstrate one heck of a loop, my friend.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you see it.
So I mean, are we actually just done? No, I guess.
He gets his turn back.
Yeah, he gets his. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. First order of business. Snapcaster Mage, dead.
Yeah, that's gone.
That's gone. Might want to path it. Emrakul might want to eat it. Not sure. That's the first order of business. There's a Dispel in hand. There's a Spell Snare in hand. There's a Negate in hand. There's another copy of Jace in hand.
So you could do some work here.
I'm a little surprised at this. Brainstorming.
So there's a couple different. I mean, you can do something like Path and dispel the Path and negate the dispel, and then fail to find. You can gobble up some counter spells that way if you feel like it.
Yep. Well, now that he's brainstormed, he's in some respects, he's priced in. So okay, here's what I want to do. What I want to do, obviously, is bounce the Emrakul with the Jace.
Yeah.
So I can keep doing this and keep ruining my opponent over and over again and exhaust the resources and they can't win anymore. So that's what I want to do. But now that they've activated Jace to brainstorm, like the only way to actually make that a reality is to play the other Jace, lose the current Jace, keep the new Jace, bounce it, and then I feel like they haven't done that much this turn.
Yeah.
Now maybe the team of Long, John, and Syed maybe didn't see the play. Maybe they don't think it's the optimal play. Whatever. Maybe they just want to leave Emrakul on the battlefield. I'm not sure. So Jace and Teferi are going to go on top of the deck. D-Sphere the Jace. Land. Path. Response. Path on this.
Oh, and they can just shuffle with the brainstorm.
Yep.
That's why they wanted to brainstorm here, is they get to shuffle away the 2 worst cards.
Yep. Or 2 best cards, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Leave them with a handful of counter spells that don't
Right.
do anything. Spell, snare, dispel, negate. Can still get top decked.
But, then we just kind of play on. Yeah, that line wasn't the most intuitive to me. I thought he was going to just swallow up some counters, but instead, I like what they ended up doing there of get rid of the Jace, throw away all the live cards, shuffle away the goods, and leave them with counter spells that don't do anything.
Look, there's a lot of different ways to eat that Reese's. Okay.
I liked watching that.
Yeah. Draw a card. All right, pass the turn back. That's a fun card, Emrakul the Promised End.
It is fun
That's
and
really
replayable.
fun, yeah.
It's one of my all-time favorite. Rosewater, obviously, total genius, like responsible for so much good stuff. But said, the thing about Mindslaver is it's a different story each time.
Yeah. Is it though? Maybe
You had a really narrow definition of story.
Maybe actual Mindslaver.
Like all my
certainly not this Mindslaver. That's it. Julian John's going to win this game and match here over Andrew Zickler. The team of Long, John, and Syed will take care of Nguyen, Zickler, and Lucero because Emrakul the Promised End is busted.
That was awesome.